Rated D is a great guy, and his videos are fantastic.
What's poppin' people, I'm Rated D and I've tested positive for swag, and in this video I wanted to give you guys a little guide, and another reason to stay away from PC gaming. So for those of you that don't really care to play on PC, you don't care to waste all that money on, graphics cards and all that manpower and stress on blue screens and the innards of these rigs and this and that, for those of you like me that don't care to deal with all that nonsense, we like to play on consoles. That's the smart way to go about doing things. And one of the reasons it's a smart way to go about doing things is that there are so many great games that are not on PC. So in no particular order, I will name some of my favorite games that are not on PC, okay? And we're going to start off with Uncharted 4: A Thief's End. This game is unbelievable. I mean, at least the single player is unbelievable. The perfect culmination to, the end of the series. It was a great game to play through. It looked great, it played great. The set pieces were bigger than ever, the story was great. So, I want to thank Naughty Dog on setting Nathan Drake out with a bang. That was a fantastic game. Next up, let's talk about God of War. Now, I don't think I need to say much about this because all year long people have been hyping up God of War like crazy. This game has gotten so much hype. And it's well deserved. This game is fantastic. I loved a lot of these mini games, like the ones where you try to open up these treasure chests on the sides that are hidden around. That stuff was very fun. Obviously the combat's great, obviously the story was great, and I think it's amazing that the most epic moment of this game to me had nothing to do with a big set piece. It was a story moment, and I'm not going to spoil it for people, but when Kratos returns to his hut, what happens. That was crazy, so that was epic. So, and I'm definitely excited to see what they're going to do with the future God of War games. Obviously, just like the original God of War, they didn't have too many crazy set pieces and boss fights and this and that. They had a few in this, but, the game wasn't surrounded. It wasn't set to be surrounded by stuff like that. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what they do in the future with that stuff with the next couple of God of War games. Next up, I want to talk about SpiderMan. Again, I don't need to say much. All I'm going to say is this is my game of the year. SpiderMan is fantastic. It's an absolute blast to play. It looks fantastic. And the story was great. Really, this was my favorite game this year. I can't say enough good things about SpiderMan, but really, in order to fully get it, it's a game that you have to play. It's fantastic. Next up, I want to talk about Destiny 1, because this game got a lot of hate early on, but I can honestly say, by the end of it, with all the DLC that was released, Destiny 1 was one of my favorite games I've ever played. It might be my favorite shooter ever. I mean, it was so much fun, and that's the best way I can describe Destiny, is it was just plain fun. All the DLC and everything, there was so much content there. The raids were crazy. I couldn't even finish the last two raids, the King's Fall and War of the Machine. I got down to the final boss fight each time and could never finish them, so it was very fun to play through Destiny 1. It was a fantastic game, and yes, the story may have been lacking in the standalone game, but there was still so much mystery there. There was still so much in regards to the art around, the settings, this and that. It was a beautiful game. It was just plain fun to play. The strikes, getting there with friends, it was so much fun. Obviously the raids and the multiplayer. The competitive multiplayer on Destiny 1 is some of my favorite multiplayer I've ever played. And I still really like Halo, don't get me wrong, on the 360. But I think I prefer Destiny 1, to be honest with you. Something about it was just plain fun. So definitely Destiny 1, one of the best games not on PC. And let's talk about Bloodborne lastly, because Bloodborne, man, you see these losers, they're still begging for it. I don't know that it's ever going to come to PC, and I think it's best that it doesn't come to PC ever. Bloodborne was a masterpiece, and honestly it might be the best PS4 game now that I think about it. And the Old Hunters DLC was great. Man, when you think about quality, you think about Bloodborne, and that's really where I'm going to leave it. I probably should have said at the beginning of this video, this is all current gen games. I guess Destiny 1 was cross-gen, but you get the idea. So these are 5 of the best games not on PC from this generation. In my opinion, they might be the best 5 games not on PC. So That's it for this video, guys. I want to know, what are your favorite games not on PC from this console generation? Leave your comments in the comment section below, and always make sure to keep it frosty.